Price, and I'm here with James Doré, fabulous James Doré, in Phoenix, Arizona, and he is ready for a tour. Hi, James.
Hello, how you doing, Sheba?
Good, how are you?
Good.
I have a lot of questions to ask you.
Okay.
I want the fans to get to know you a little bit, and so I'm going to start with some family questions.
Sounds good. Let's go.
Okay, so you're married.
Yes.
Sorry, girls. Not only married, but you have 3 gorgeous girls.
Yeah.
Can you give me their names and how old they
are? Jada's my oldest, she's 13. Zoe's 11, and Lexi, my youngest, my baby, she is 9.
Wow, full house
yes.
for girls.
Yes.
So you had to find something to kind of break out and find some time to do some other guy things, right?
Yeah. I call my nephew Isaac, and we kick it sometimes. Michael Cordoza is a good friend. You know, we got to get out and do the guy thing, you know, and go out and just chill for a minute and just, you know. Well, estrogen is good. We've got to keep it all things in balance, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. So tell me a little bit about you. I want your fans to get to know who James Doré is as an individual person. When did you start to sing? When did you know you had this huge talent?
Yeah, you know, it's funny. I mean, you know, everybody that I talk to, when I ask a question like this to them about their art, where do they start? You know, normally they started before they can even remember. And my mom used to always tell me, you know, you sing really well, and I would say thank you. You know, and I would sing all through the house all the time since I can remember. You know, particularly in the car. You know, when we're traveling long distances. I would be the only one. Yeah, my sister sang a lot, and she would compose music, and I would sit with her, and she would write songs. You know, very young age, and I would sit there and just try and, you know, follow her along on the piano and different things like that. So since I can remember, I was probably around maybe 4 first memories. You know, so yeah, it's been a while.
And what was this first song you remember singing and thinking, man, I really could jam out to this song? And how old were you?
Man, I would say probably, like I said, 4 was my first, you know, some of my first memories.
4.
When I was about 4.
I was playing Barbie.
And, you know, always loved Michael Jackson, so that was, you know, probably the first song that I was singing was some older stuff, because my aunt brought over some of the Jackson 5 stuff, so like ABC and Stop the Love You Save and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, it was songs like that. We wore that stuff out.
Which leads me to my next question. What was your first album that you bought?
Funny, my sister was on a radio show. She got called in, and they said if you can name 100 albums in 60 seconds or something like that, you get all of the albums that. And she goes, "What album do you want?" And my uncle was a huge Stevie Wonder fan, and I always listened to that stuff. So I would be like, "Songs in the Key of Life" was my favorite album as a kid. So I played it all the time, and so I said, "Put Songs in the Key of Life on there." And yeah, I Wish, and you know, all those songs, Ghetto Wonderland, and
wow,
just
we're going
classics.
Way back.
Yeah, classics. You know what I mean?
It is classic.
So I grew up with that. You know, my family, they played all the old stuff. You know, the Motown, James Brown.
But that's where the true gospel, the true, you know, voice, I would think, you know, from back in Motown. You know.
Yeah. That's the stuff that I really feel is the roots for me. You know what I mean? That's where I picked up on it anyway, with my parents' music, listening to the albums that they had in the house. And so I would listen, I would pull the album cover out, you know, back when there were albums, and I would read the lyrics on the liner sheets. Yes. And after a while, because my parents got albums all the time because they were in the press, so black press. So I started thinking, let me figure out if I can put a melody to the song, to the lyrics, before I put the album on. So I get these, you know, release albums before they hit the store, and I'd be like, oh, this is great. So I'd start singing a melody off the top of my head, and I didn't realize I was composing at the time. But later on, looking back, I was like, oh, I was actually writing melodies back then to somebody else's that was famous lyrics. And then I would play the song and see how close I was. And I started realizing I might have a gift, you know, after a while. But it was fun. You know, for me, it was just a game.
Wow, that is amazing. I don't know. I just listen to the music and, like, you know, sing along. Yeah. That's true talent, James.
Thank you.
So where did you originally grow up?
Seattle, Washington. Okay. Grew up in Seattle, the CD, Central District.
Hello to Seattle.
Seafair and all that stuff was like a block away from our house, so we walked down to the Lake Washington and just enjoy the hydro races and all that good stuff, and go down to Seattle Center and go on the monorail and Space Needle, all that good stuff. Yeah, so those are my stopping grounds. So
the gigs, tell me some of your gigs that you've had to progress to this point in your life.
Oh man, the Orpheum, Herberger Theater, the venue in Scottsdale, you know, just all around, you know, even back in the day, CBNC, you know, there was a bunch of clubs back in Scottsdale back in the day that you know, we did shows at, but all over the place, all over the Valley of the Sun, Six Lounge, we did some stuff there, so.
But you also did something else on the long lines of MJ.
What was that?
Right, Michael Jackson. Did you dance like Michael? He danced very well, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, I used to. Michael Jackson, huge Michael Jackson fan. If you haven't figured that out already, was always wanting to imitate him and dance like him. My brother made a statement. He goes, "That's really good," because I was like looking at some footage of Michael Jackson and trying to learn his moves. He goes, "Dude, if you could learn how to do that, you could dance like anybody, or you could do any kind of dance." And I was like, So I just trying to perfect. Yeah, I started wanting to perfect my Michael Jackson moves. And, you know, just like, you know, Michael grew up trying to perfect his James Brown moves. So, you know, obviously most dancers look to him as like the prototype for the best dancer that's out there, you know. But, so, yeah, I started imitating. My friend saw me doing it, and when I was in college, and he was like, "Man, you should do some, like, talent contests and stuff." So I started doing those, and then that led to opportunities to start performing around the world.
Okay, I want to know what's on your playlist right now.
Oh my gosh, that's a crazy. You know what? It's so funny because my CD and my cartridge, I have like, I don't know, maybe 5 CDs in there.
Yeah.
And they're like, I have my voice lessons in there, and I have like a Success Magazine's audio CD. I listen to a lot.
All right.
Then of course I have my EP in there.
You don't have the Britney Spears. No.
Brittany, go ahead, Brittany. She's doing her thing. But no, I have Michael Jackson's the remastered CD. It's a 25th anniversary.
Yes.
So there's some stuff with will.i.am that he did on there. Stuff that he did with Akon.
Okay.
That's in there right now. And then I have the other one that's in there is songs that I'm working on. So they're going to be songs that are going to be on the tour that I'm actually working on, visualizing and making it into a full production. So getting ideas for moments that you wouldn't hear on the CD that you would enjoy for the live tour.
Very nice, which leads me to the question of your tour now.
Okay.
I'm so excited you're going on tour.
Yeah.
Tell me which cities, tell me about your tour.
Yeah, so this is a short little jaunt that we're doing from here to Tucson. So we're staying in Arizona for the first leg. So we're just gonna be hitting smaller venues, real intimate, you know, places, and then, you know, like Arizona State Fair. We'll be doing the Glendale Amphitheater. We'll be at International where we shot Shut Up and Dance.
Yes.
So we'll be doing little nightclubs like that. DJ Area 4 on the 1s and 2s with us, and we're just tightening up the band, getting everybody ready to go. And then we'll shoot off to Hawaii, Spain, and then, you know, Germany, Japan, that kind of thing. So we'll just start kind of bringing out. The tour is just going to grow organically as we go based on people who want to see us.
Yes.
So holler at us.
So tell me about your band real quick.
Well, it's a 3-piece band: bass player, drummer, and guitarist, keyboard, and then we'll have DJ Area 4 spinning on the 1s and 2s. So that's going to be happening. And
very
then
nice.
We have dancers too, so we're excited about that. The element of dance is just so important to me. For obviously, it's my background.
Yes.
You know, so that's something that I'm excited about.
It just makes everything look put together too, especially with Shut Up and Dance, which you filmed here in Arizona. I love the video, and I was a little bit part of it in the beginning.
Yeah, she was in there doing her thing. Sheba Shaffie Price.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun. Tell me about that video real quick.
Yeah.
Tell me how that came about, and how do you start your videos? Do you just have an idea in your head? Tell me about that.
Yeah, you know, every time I hear a song, I see a video, concepts of videos for every song, and you know, ideas will pop in my head. I'll write them down. So for this one, I had some basic outlined ideas that I wanted. I presented those to Voight Thornton, and he started elaborating on them and adding photographs for each scene that he pulled off of the, you know, YouTube or whatever different artists I had done work with. And then we sat down, we started brainstorming and elaborating on it, and it started to grow and grow. And then, you know, through Facebook, I just started asking dancers and models like yourself that actually can be a part of it. And everyone got excited about it, and it, you know, ended up being quite a few people on set. It's about 50 people.
It was quite a...
about 50 people. Hair,
awesome.
makeup.
It was really awesome. Yeah.
Wardrobe, stylists, and yeah, it was a fun time.
And you can see that video right now on YouTube.
Yes. Just type in James Doré, Shut Up and Dance, and it'll pop up.
And I was in his video.
That's right. So Sheba was in my first video that I did about 2 years ago, which was See You Again.
Yes.
And that was an R&B joint. You know, you don't hear a whole lot of R&B. It was classic. It's a classic R&B joint.
It's a great song.
Thank you.
I mean, I fell in love with it as soon as I heard you asked me to come on board to be in the video. And I know every word by heart. It's just a catchy tune. It's a good tune. I mean, it hits girls right here in the heart. I'll tell you that.
It came from my heart. So, you know, a combination of relationships, really, I kind of compiled the lyrics from, you know, a relationship that fell apart that I wanted to be back together, and then from other relationships that I've been in where you might not be physically apart from each other, but they're gone.
Right.
You know, their heart's not in it, and so you're really wanting them to come back together.
Which leads me to my next question. Do you write your own music?
I write all my music. I've actually worked with Chris Starr on some actual collaborations. So I have really excited about. So Chris Starr actually came up with the hook for "Shut Up and Dance." Okay. That was his idea. I worked on a new song that's not out yet. That's called "Feel It," and he helped me write that as well. So nice. He's an amazing writer as well as producer. So
very nice.
He's triple threat. He raps. He can do anything. He's a Renaissance guy. He can produce, draws, paints, everything.
But as you know, when you're sitting down writing, you think of what you've been through, or, you know, is that how you get your inspiration? Yeah,
from personal experience. You know, I can't write something that I haven't experienced myself. Right. So I always come back into my own life. I mean, sometimes things that happen around me. Right. You know. Right. I have a song called "Invisible," which is kind of inspired through the Invisible Children movement. There's a group that they're trying to find Joseph Kony and shut him down. Because he's going around and just grabbing young kids and making them part of his army that goes around and just terrorizes neighborhoods in Africa, and it's tragic. So nobody knows about it because it's not on the news, so they're invisible. And I wanted to help raise awareness to this situation that's going on because they're my kids' age. You know, 8, 9, 11, 10 years old. These kids are, you know, having to do horrible acts, and so those are the kind of things that I might not necessarily be my life, but it's something that affects you know, humanity. So I want to write songs that, you know, can help raise awareness to things in the world that we can help make it a better place.
I love it. You're just, like you said, raising awareness to other things that's going on around us. Yeah. When is that single coming out?
We'll have to wait and see.
Okay.
It's in the archives. You know what I mean? It's in the clip.
so tell me about your EP.
The EP has "See You Again" on it, and 4 other songs, 3 of which will be included in the tour. Okay. So you'll get to hear those. If you haven't heard the EP, you can go to my website, jamesdoreworld.com, and you'll be able to access it there. You can access all of my social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, everything through jamesdoreworld.com, which makes sense because it's everything, you know, Doré, which is easy to find whatever you want there. So you can purchase songs, instant access. You can be part of my mailing list, so you always know what's going on. Get behind the scenes stuff that nobody else will get if you sign up to the email for the mailing list. So.
And Doré is spelled D-O-R-E.
Yes.
So we don't,
thank you.
You know, yes, absolutely. And I want to know, what's your favorite song on your tour that you're
People always want to hear this. It is, well, right now, "Shut Up and Dance," because I love to dance.
Yes,
and
you do.
It's out there now. We're excited about it. We'll probably be, you know, opening up the tour with that song, perhaps. You'll have to see to find out. You have to come see to find out.
You do. You also have a lot going on, James, in the world of everybody's noticing your songs, and you just put out some news just not too long ago. Tell us a little bit about that.
A lot of news,
videos, your songs.
We're getting airplay on 99.9 beat. All around the world, actually. I was really kind of interested in hearing stuff in the French Riviera. I was like, wow, that's a beautiful place. I'd love to. Why can't I be where my music is being played right now? That's really exciting. So, but all over the world, Germany, Australia, Netherlands, Japan. So, really excited about that, and as well as in-store locations like hotels, restaurants, gymnasiums, LA Fitness, Bally's. You know, just all over the place. So,
that's amazing.
Yeah,
that's
really cool.
So awesome. I'm so excited for you.
Thank you.
Where is your biggest fan mail right now?
My biggest fan mail?
Yeah. Which country?
Oh man.
Sorry.
I would say Germany, Japan, and Canada would probably be number 1. So Canada, I got like mad love
for
up there.
Canada.
So, oh yeah, I'm definitely coming to your town.
Absolutely.
So I love Canada. It's beautiful there too. So we used to go there when I was in Seattle. Jump over, 3-hour drive. And they beat us in soccer, and then they come over. We go over there, and they beat us in soccer, and then they come over and stay with our families, and they beat us in soccer again. So they're just good at soccer. So, but anyways, taking the time.
Yeah, I'll do anything for James.
Sheba Shaffie Price. Sheba.
You're an awesome singer. You're an awesome dancer, entertainer. I mean, you have a great voice. It's not going to be too long that he's going to blow up and forget the little people.
Never that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Mwah.